Hey guys, what's up? This Khalid back here with another tutorial for you. Today what we're actually going to do, we're going to create a paperback cover for this book that I have presented here before you, Fallen Angel. As you can see here, I actually have the synopsis already pulled up in Word. We're going to copy and paste that over into the document. Uh, First of all, what we're going to do, we're going to set up our document. We're going to go to New. We're going to have to actually calculate a few things here. Let me get my calculator pulled up. All right. All right, so first of all, while I'm waiting on this to load, there's a couple things that we need to go over. If you're doing a paperback book cover for Amazon or CreateSpace, they want a eighth of an inch outer perimeter. So they want everything to stay within an eighth of an inch. Also, they want an eighth of an inch on side of those borders. So when you're actually doing it, you need to kind of calculate and look at things mentally. What I normally do when I'm designing an ebook cover, which I normally design my ebook covers before I actually jump into the paperback. When I'm designing them, I actually keep all of my elements inside of the dimensions that they ask for. As you see here, let me cancel this out for a second. As you see here, if you look down at the Deborah R. Brandon, you can actually see there's about an eighth of an inch there. I keep about an eighth of an inch, anywhere from an eighth of an inch to maybe about a quarter of an inch in between any of the elements closer to the outer perimeter of the document. With that being said, that alleviates a lot of the headache and pain of actually sending things up and them not going through. Um, I have had it happen to me quite a few times to where I was sent a document and had to edit it 3 or 4 times before I actually realized that they wanted a border on the inside and outside. They actually call that a bleed area, so that way none of the actual live text gets cut off during the printing process. So with that being said, um, this client's book is actually 185 pages. Uh, and they're using cream paper. So the numbers you see me using are for those parameters. All right. So what we're gonna do, I know it's gonna be 0.125 as far as the border and everything else. So I'm gonna go ahead and calculate this width. Um, all right, 185 times 0.0025. All right, so that's going to give us our spine width. That's going to be the width of your spine. You may want to take something and actually write that down when you first calculate it to alleviate having to go back and recalculate this stuff and punch in a lot of numbers. And I'm actually going to show you an easy way to come about getting this stuff done and getting these measurements to be exact. So I'm going to write this down as 0.4625 on the spine. All right, so what I'm going to do to get our width is actually I'm going to add 12.5 to it because the cover of the book is going to be 6 by 9. Take 6 for each side, the front and the back, and you're going to add an eighth of an inch on each side, so you're actually going to end up with 12.25. 25. All right. All right, so that's going to give us our total width. That total width there is going to be 12.7125. That's going to be our width, and the actual height is going to be a little bit more, a little less complicated. So we're going to go to File, New. All right, and right here is where we're going to put that 12.7125. All right, and your height is going to be 9.25, of course. All right, so that's adding the eighth of an inch on the top and bottom as well. Hit OK. All right, so now we're going to set up our guides. File, New Guide. Set up a vertical guide. Set up our vertical guides first. There's 4 vertical guides. There's one on either edge, and there's 2 in the middle to mark off the spine. So we're gonna go 0.125. Okay. View, new guide, 6.125. You're gonna add 6 inches for the back cover. Hit enter. All right. View, new guide. Now right here, we're actually gonna have to go 6.125 plus 0.4625, which is the width of our spine. enter, and that's going to be 6.5875. All right, so now we're going to go back to our document, and we're going to type that in 6.5875. Hit OK. Now, the easy way to really do this, that's 6.5875. Go to View, New Guide, add 6 inches to that, so it'll be 12.5875. Hit OK. All right, now we're going to set up our horizontal guides. New guide, change this to horizontal. We're going to go to 0.125. OK. Going to go back to View, New Guide, and this time we're going to set the 9.125. All right, so now we have our document set up. All right, what we're gonna do, see here, I already had the ebook cover pulled up with all the elements. This is actually where I designed the cover, as you can see here. All right, so we're gonna hit Control Shift Alt and E. We're gonna let that load. All right, so what it just did, it just created a composite SketchUp of all the visible layers here in the document. What we're gonna do, we're actually gonna, with the Move tool selected, we're gonna click, and we're gonna drag this one over to our new document, to the paperback cover. Okay, and for some reason it doesn't want to do it. Let's see here. Okay, so it doesn't want to do it, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna delete that layer. I'm actually gonna go into the folder where I created this. Give me 1 second. All right. All right. Now you see here I have the actual ebook cover saved in the JPEG already, so I'm gonna drag this over to it. Oh, no wonder it wouldn't do it. Hang on, guys. I'm messing up here. All right. Control Shift Alt Echo. Once again, it's going to merge all the layers. It's going to create a composite sketch of it. All right, now we're going to take the move tool. We're going to drag it up here. There we go. Now it drops into the document. All right, gonna slide it in between. We're gonna make sure that it's within these borders. All right, Control and T. All right, long as these lines here are red, we're gonna take and drag this here. Let's drag it in first, and then we'll drag it back to lock in right there. All right, so we are inside with the inside of our dimensions. Like I said, we have the 1/8 of an inch on the outside, the outer perimeter, and as you can see here, we still have that 1/8 of an inch on the inside as well. All right, so we're gonna hit enter to accept those dimensions. What I normally do, I unlock this layer, and I'll select. Let's say we're gonna select one of these blues. So hit I for your eyedropper. Um, Maybe a light turquoise. All right, hit Alt and delete. That's gonna fill the background. That's gonna give us a color, so that way, if it does bleed, if it does underbleed just a little, you also have that color to help out. So that way, it won't be that much of a differentiation between what's actually on the cover and what actually prints. All right, so now with that being done, we're gonna jump back over here to our ebook cover. Uh, Gonna scroll down. All right, I think I'm gonna select from here all the way back down, and that's gonna select my background. So I'm gonna select everything. I'm gonna hold shift, I'm gonna select the top one, go all the way down to the bottom one. While I'm holding shift, I'm gonna click on the bottom one. That's gonna select everything. All right, with that being said, now we're gonna hit V to go to our move tool. All right, and you're not really seeing a difference because it's okay, why didn't that take? Hang on 1 second, guys. Something's not right. All right, from that, hold shift, go all the way down. Okay, why isn't that going? Hmm, that's the actual PSD file. All right, let's try this. Shift Control G. All right, background. Excuse me. Okay, still not doing it. All right, let's see if this composite layer has anything to do with it. Let's go up here. We're gonna delete that. Um, Scroll back down to our background. V. All right, hang on, guys. I'll be right back. I'm gonna actually figure out what's actually going on here. All right, guys. I actually got it figured out. I had to take all the elements off the top and create a composite of this layer as well. So I took everything out that I did not want. Just kind of clicked the eyes over here to turn them off. Uh, Once I got everything off, I hit Control Shift Alt Echo again and created a composite sketch of the background. All right. So with that being said, as you see here, I have the background in here. I'm going to hit Control T. We're going to flip horizontal, kind of make it look like the whole background is just one big background. We're actually going to leave the spine that color just to make the spine stand out just a little. All right, so we're going to hit enter there, accept those dimensions. What I'm going to do, I'm actually going to turn this opacity down just a little, and you'll actually see why here in a minute. All right. All right. Now I'm going to turn these things here back on. Let's open this here back up. Make sure our wings are back on. Um, Open both of them up. Boom, bam. Gotcha. All right, so now we have our model back up. Everything is back up. All right, so we're gonna turn that off. That wasn't on the original. All right, so we're gonna select everything from this hue saturation all the way down to our right wing right here. So we're gonna shift and click. All right, so that's gonna be our fallen angel right here. So with that selected, we're gonna click and we're going to drag her and we're gonna drop her right there. All right, we're gonna hit Control G to group this. So that way we only have to worry about this one folder instead of worrying about each element and everything possibly getting separated. So we're gonna call this here Fallen Angel. All right. Once again, Control T. We're gonna right click, gonna flip horizontal. Okay. Something went terribly wrong there. All right. With that being said, what we're gonna do, we're actually going to, since this here is something that we're not going to need to edit later on. I'm going to go ahead and merge all these layers together to make her one. So we're going to hit Control Echo. So that just brought her down into one layer. All of her wings and everything else is now one. So that is inseparable at this moment. All right, so now we're going to hit Control T, right click, flip horizontal. Now we have her. We're going to hit Enter to accept the dimensions. Control T once again, Shift and Alt, and we're going to drag her down a little. All right, there we go. All right, what we're also going to do is add a mask to this layer. Uh, Click the mask icon right here to create a mask. Hit D to make sure that your colors are defaulted to black and white. If black is not on top, hit X to invert those colors. We're going to hold shift. We're going to click at the bottom of her image and we're going to drag up just to fade her into the background. All right, and we're also going to take the opacity down. We want her to be there, but we don't want her to overpower what's about to go on the back of this book, this novel. All right. So with that being said, now we're gonna go back over to the actual ebook cover. Um, we're gonna go ahead and turn our title back on, turn the author's name back on, and turn the logo back on. All right. So with that being said, everything should be reactivated. Yes, everything is reactivated except for the halo, which I did not use in the original. Um, so now we're gonna go from fallen all the way up to from revenge. We're gonna hit control to deselect the author's name. We don't want author's name in this particular move. All right, so with the move tool selected, once again you hit V to select the move tool. We're gonna click and we're gonna drag this over into our other document. I'm gonna hit Control T to size this down. You kind of want to imitate, kind of want to mimic what went on the front, but in a smaller scale because you're actually going to put the synopsis back here in a minute. All right, so with that being said, we have the title, we have our model up in the corner. All right, and once again, Control G, double click to rename, and we're going to name this back title. All right, now that we have that selected, what we're going to do is we're actually going to come in here and we're going to set our borders for our text. I'm sorry, I'm stumbling over my words right now. But we're actually going to select the move tool. I want to start from here. I want to kind of curve around this angel here. I want to curve around her, and I want it to fill up majority of the back. So what we're going to do, we're going to click once. We're going to hold shift. Remember, once again, staying about 1/8 of an inch away from the outside. So we're gonna continue holding shift. That's gonna keep our line straight and make sure that we get a straight line. If not, it will deter your text. All right. So once again, we're gonna go shift. All right, shift, and right here we're gonna start curving just a little. All right, Alt, and if you click the original pointer to get rid of your other anchor point, the other curve points, so that way you can continue to go where you want to without limitations and everything. Just kind of curve on around. All right, once that's selected, right click inside. Um, all right, we're going to make selection. All right, define custom shape. All right, so what we're gonna do right here, we're gonna make a selection. Okay, it's still not doing it. Okay, so anyways, we're on this new layer. That path is still active. So we have that. All right, so we're gonna go over into Word. We're going to copy our synopsis, and we're gonna come back in here. We're gonna click our text tool. We're gonna click inside the shape. All right, click inside our shape. We're gonna change our point size of our text down to about 12, and we're gonna hit Control V to paste. All right. So with that being done, now we're gonna click out of that, double click on our T to select all of our text, and we're gonna play around with the size of the text. All right. Let's go about 18. All right, and we also actually I'm not gonna change that. What we're gonna do, just double click. Let's kind of play around with it. All right, and her on, we're just gonna go back, and yes, on is the last word. So now that we have that, we're actually gonna change this to a color that we can actually see on this. Hit OK. All right, now we're going to go in here. We're going to add a drop shadow. All right, we're gonna turn our spread up a little bit just to make it just a little more noticeable, a little more legible, so that way there's not a big difference in here. All right, so as you can see, we do have the synopsis in. All right. All right, we're gonna select that layer with our synopsis in it, and we're gonna select the move tool by hitting V. Then we're gonna hold Shift, and we're going to move this down just to create a little bit of space in between the title and the actual start of the synopsis. And what I'm gonna do to kind of separate this just a little more, I'm actually gonna take this one, that first letter, I'm actually gonna take it up to maybe about there or so. So just to add a little bit more depth, a little bit more contrast and everything else, give the back a little bit more decorative feel and everything. As far as the back, I'm not gonna do too much more. Um, Normally they put like a logo or like a barcode over in this corner in one of either corner. So we're gonna kind of pretty much leave that space down there blank just to give them that area. All right, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go back to our original ebook cover. We're gonna select the author's name with the move tool selected. We're going to drag this over into our document. All right, and we're gonna drag this to the top. All right, Control T, hold Shift, and if you hold Shift while you rotate it, actually rotates it in 15-degree increments. So we want this to be 90 degrees, and then we're gonna size it down just a little. Don't want to make it too small, and bring it. Okay, so we're gonna continue to size it as so. All right, now we're going to bring it down. Hold Shift, and we're gonna nudge it just to the middle. Hit Enter. All right, so now we have the author's name in there. And what we're actually going to do, we're going to create a new text layer, but this time we're going to use the text from the author's name in order to put the name of the book in. So we'll go to text, we'll click somewhere where there isn't anything inside of it, so that way we don't conflict with anything else on the cover. And we're going to type Fallen Angel. And from Revenge to Redemption. All right, I'm gonna click out, double click on it. We're gonna size it down to maybe about 14. All right, click back on the layer to deselect. Now we're gonna hit Control T once again, holding Shift, and we're going to rotate it to 90 degrees. Gonna drag this over into our spine. All right, Shift and Alt, drag it out just a tad. Remember to keep a little bit of a margin in between here just to alleviate the whole headache of having to go back and redo a lot of this. All right, so with that being done, now we're gonna hold Shift to drag it straight down. We want about the same amount of room on either side, so I think about there is good. We're gonna hit Enter. We're gonna take the drop shadow from the author's name up onto that title, and we're gonna close out the text box, and voila, there we have it, a full paperback cover. I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to save this, and then we'll be done. All right, so Control S. I'm gonna save it as a PSD first. Normally keep everything organized by author, so I'm gonna find this author. All right, and we're gonna name this Fallen Angel Paperback. All right, click Save. All right, now we're going to hit Control Shift and S. And we're going to go in here. We're going to save it as a JPEG. Make sure it's on, quality is on 8, high, progressive, 3 scans. And we're going to hit OK. All right, once that's done, we're going to go into the authors folder. All right, we're going to click on it. I didn't mean it to open it up, but we're going to click it, right click, and we're going to convert to PDF in Foxit Phantom. Foxit Phantom is a program that you can actually find online. You can download. Mine actually came with my laptop, so I'm not sure if there's a cost or not. But once it opens up, we're going to click File. It's going to come up, click Save As. Waiting on the dialog to pop up here. My computer's being a little slow. All right, so we're going to go up. Going to go back into this authors folder. Like I said, I keep everything organized. So basically what we want to do is make sure it says the name, the title of the book, paperback. Going to save it as a PDF. Hit save. Once it pops back up, it's actually saved. So we're going to exit out of that. And as you can see here, we have the Fallen Angel paperback. And those are the steps. I will post the link in the description to actually find the dimensions, the actual width for each page. As far as working with CreateSpace, I know if you're working with white, it's going to be 0.002252. And if you're working with cream, it's going to be 0.0025. So you actually multiply your page count by those numbers, and that's how you actually get the width of your spine. But as you can see here, we have the entire paperback done. Have the title on the spine, front cover, back cover, synopsis, and also remember to leave a space on the back side back here for the actual barcode to go. Alright guys, I hope this helped you out and hope that you guys have learned a lot from this tutorial. Please like, share, and comment, and thank you guys, and I'll see you on the next tutorial.